Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about something real today, something raw, something that too many people battle in silence. Anxiety. In a world that's constantly pushing us to be perfect, perform at our peak, and put on a happy face for everyone else, anxiety has become the hidden epidemic. It's the invisible weight so many carry on their shoulders. It's the sleepless nights, the shallow breaths, the overthinking, the chest tightness, the fear of not being enough or of being too much. And the worst part? Most people feel like they have to face it alone. But I'm here to tell you, you are not alone. And more importantly, you are not broken. You see, anxiety doesn't care how successful you are, how strong you look, or how many followers you have. It doesn't discriminate. It creeps in during quiet moments, strikes in crowded rooms, and sometimes it shows up without warning. It can be triggered by a past wound, a present pressure, or an unknown future. It whispers lies into your mind and convinces you that something bad is about to happen, even when everything around you seems fine. But today, we're going to strip away the shame. We're going to take back the narrative. Because anxiety may be a part of your story, but it does not get to write the ending. This is not a talk filled with empty cliches or surface-level solutions. This is a journey into the heart of what you're feeling. And together, we're going to face it. Not with fear, but with courage. Not with denial, but with honesty. Not with isolation, but with truth, tools, and hope. We're going to start by acknowledging the anxiety, not running from it, not covering it up, but facing it head-on with compassion. Then we'll explore how to breathe through the storm when your mind won't slow down. We'll learn how to challenge the lies that anxiety tells you and reframe your thoughts in a way that brings clarity, strength, and power. And most importantly, we'll talk about action. The small steps you can take to break the pattern and move toward peace. Because you deserve peace. You deserve freedom. And you don't have to wait for your life to be perfect to feel it. This is more than just a speech, it's a mirror. A reminder that your struggles don't make you weak. They make you human. And being human means you have the power to grow, to change, to heal. So if you've been carrying silent battles, if you've been trying to hold it all together, if you've been wondering if anyone else feels what you feel, this moment is for you. Let's walk through this together. Let's break the silence, calm the storm, challenge the fear, and rise. One breath, one thought, one action at a time. Your healing starts now. Acknowledge the anxiety. You're not alone. Anxiety. Just the sound of that word can make your chest feel tighter. Your heart starts beating faster. Your thoughts race, spiraling into a whirlwind of what-ifs and worst-case scenarios. You might feel like you're stuck in a place you can't escape. But listen closely. You are not alone in this feeling. Anxiety is more common than most people realize. Behind the smiles you see every day, behind the polished Instagram posts and confident voices, many people are silently fighting a storm in their minds. And yet, we live in a world that often tells us to hide it, to toughen up, to get over it. But ignoring anxiety doesn't make it go away. It makes it grow. So let's start here with the most powerful and courageous first step. Acknowledge it. Say it out loud or write it down. I feel anxious right now. That might sound simple, but it's transformative, because when you name what you're feeling, you take back control. You're not pretending anymore. You're not pushing it down and letting it fester. You're facing it. It's okay to admit you're not okay. There's no shame in it. In fact, there is strength in honesty. Anxiety doesn't make you weak. It doesn't mean you're broken. It means you're human. Your body and mind are trying to protect you, even if it's showing up in a way that feels overwhelming. You don't have to understand exactly where it's coming from to acknowledge it. Maybe it's triggered by stress at work, relationship issues, past trauma, or fear of the future. Maybe it just shows up uninvited with no warning. Whatever the cause, don't judge yourself for feeling anxious. That judgment only adds another layer of pain. What if you saw your anxiety not as the enemy but as a signal? What if, instead of fighting it, you listened to it? Imagine this. You're driving a car, and suddenly a warning light flashes on your dashboard. You wouldn't just keep driving and ignore it. You'd pull over, check what's wrong, and take care of it. That's what anxiety is. It's a signal that something inside you needs attention. And when you acknowledge it, You're giving yourself the opportunity to heal. You're allowed to feel. You're allowed to pause. You're allowed to be a work in progress. Because healing doesn't begin when you reach some imaginary finish line. It begins the moment you recognize where you are and choose not to run from it. So the next time anxiety shows up, don't be afraid. Don't hide. Take a deep breath and say, "This is how I feel right now." And that's okay. It's not forever. It's just a moment. You are stronger than this moment. You've made it through hard things before, and you'll make it through this too. Breathe through the storm, calm your mind. Anxiety often feels like a storm inside your mind. Thoughts racing, heart pounding, muscles tightening, and before you even realize it, you're caught in a spiral, trapped in a fight or flight state, even when there's no real danger in front of you. But here's the truth that most people forget. In the middle of that storm, you already carry the one tool that can help bring peace: your breath. When anxiety hits, your breathing naturally becomes shallow and rapid. It's your body's way of preparing for danger. But this kind of breathing doesn't help. It actually makes the anxiety worse. It tells your brain, "We're not safe." So the cycle continues. But what if you could interrupt that signal? What if you could teach your body to feel safe again, even in the middle of fear? That's where conscious breathing comes in. Try this right now. Inhale deeply through your nose for a count of 4. Hold that breath gently for a count of 4. Now exhale slowly through your mouth for a count of 4. Hold again for a count of 4, and repeat. This is called box breathing, and it's a powerful way to calm your nervous system. You're telling your body, "We're okay, we're in control," because guess what? You are. Your breath is your anchor. It grounds you when your thoughts are spinning. It brings you back to the present moment where anxiety loses its grip. You see, anxiety is almost always about the future. It's about something that might happen. Something you fear could go wrong. But the present moment is where peace lives. And your breath is the bridge that brings you back to that peace. Even in the most chaotic moments, you can pause and breathe. Even if your mind is noisy, your breath can be steady. It's the reset button you always carry with you, no matter where you are, no matter what you're facing. Some people think breathing exercises can't possibly fix what I'm going through, but this isn't about fixing everything in one breath. It's about creating a sense of calm so you can take the next step. Think clearly and respond instead of react. One breath may not change the situation, but it can change how you handle it. And that changes everything. So the next time anxiety starts to build, don't fight it with force. Breathe through it with intention. Picture the storm swirling around you, but your breath is the eye of that storm. Calm, centered, steady. You are not the chaos, you are the calm within it. Take that deep breath. Feel your lungs fill with life. And know this, you are not powerless. You are present. And with every breath, you are reminding your body and mind that peace is possible, even in the storm. Challenge the lies, reframe your thoughts. Anxiety is a liar. It tells you that you're not good enough, that something terrible is about to happen, that you're going to fail, be rejected, or be judged. And the worst part? You start to believe it. You take those anxious thoughts at face value, as if they are truth carved in stone. But here's what you need to remember. Not every thought you think is true. Let that sink in. Your mind can be a powerful ally, but when anxiety takes over, it becomes an echo chamber of fear. And if you don't question it, it controls you. So today we're going to fight back, not with force, but with truth. When anxiety floods your mind, don't just listen, challenge it. Ask yourself, is this really true? Where's the evidence? Have I felt this way before and still made it through? Because often anxiety isn't based on reality. It's based on assumptions, past pain and future fears. It exaggerates, it catastrophizes, it creates worst-case scenarios and convinces you they're inevitable. So let's reframe the narrative. Instead of saying, "I can't handle this," try saying, "I've handled hard things before, and I can do it again." Instead of thinking, "Everyone will judge me," remind yourself, "Most people are too focused on themselves to scrutinize me." Instead of letting your mind spiral with, "What if I fail?" pause and ask, what if I succeed? Reframing your thoughts doesn't mean pretending everything's perfect. It means looking at your situation through a lens of truth, strength, and possibility, not fear. One of the most effective ways to do this is by writing down your anxious thoughts. Get them out of your head and onto paper. Then, beside each one, write a counter statement, something grounded in reality, logic, or self-compassion. For example, anxious thought, I'm going to mess up this interview. Reframed thought, I've prepared, I've done my best, and I'm worthy of this opportunity. This practice turns your mind from a battlefield into a classroom, where you can learn, grow, and reclaim your power. You are not your thoughts, you are the thinker of your thoughts, and that means you have the power to choose which ones get to stay. It takes time, it takes practice. But every time you stop and challenge a fearful thought, you weaken anxiety's grip on your life. You teach your brain a new pattern, a new way to respond. And over time, those old, anxious lies lose their power. So don't let fear write your story. Don't let anxiety be the narrator of your life. Stand up, speak truth to the lies, and say, I see you, anxiety, but you don't define me. I choose faith over fear. I choose growth over doubt. I choose truth over panic. You've got this. One thought at a time. Take action, break the pattern. Anxiety loves inaction. It thrives in silence and stillness. Not the peaceful kind, but the paralyzing kind. The more you sit and think, the more you replay the fear, the failure, the what-ifs. And that cycle? It pulls you deeper and deeper until it feels impossible to escape. But there's one truth anxiety doesn't want you to know. Action is your weapon. Doesn't have to be massive action. You don't need to solve everything in one day. But even the smallest step can break the cycle. Because every step forward, no matter how small, sends a message to your brain. I'm not stuck. I'm not helpless. I'm in control. Anxiety tells you to avoid. Avoid the task, avoid the conversation, avoid the world. But when you avoid, anxiety wins. So instead, take one small action. Just one. If your anxiety is tied to a messy room, start by picking up just 5 things. If it's about a deadline or a project, open the document, write one sentence. If it's about a conversation you're dreading, jot down what you'd want to say. If it's social anxiety, start by making eye contact, offering a smile, or saying hello. Momentum matters because action builds confidence, and confidence weakens fear. Think of it like this. Anxiety is like quicksand. The more you struggle without direction, the deeper you sink. But a small, intentional move, reaching for help, planting one steady foot, focusing on one task, that's what gets you out. You don't need to see the whole staircase, just take the first step. Here's something else to remember. Your body needs movement too. Physical activity is a powerful anxiety reliever. Go for a walk, do a few stretches, dance to a song you love, move your body and let your mind follow. When your body is in motion, it signals to your brain, we're safe, we're capable. And don't underestimate the power of routine. When your world feels chaotic, creating structure can bring calm. Set small goals for your day, celebrate tiny wins, build habits that support your mental health, like journaling, meditating, or simply drinking water and getting enough sleep. Also, seek connection. Don't isolate yourself. Call someone, text a friend, talk to a therapist. Human connection is healing, and it reminds you that you're not alone in this. Action isn't about eliminating anxiety forever. It's about learning how to move through it, to take back your life one step at a time. Every time you act, you prove something to yourself, that you're stronger than the fear, braver than the doubt, and more powerful than you've ever imagined. Anxiety might knock on your door, but you get to decide if it stays. So the next time fear whispers, what if I can't? Answer back, watch me try. Because every move forward is a victory. And victory belongs to those who show up, even when it's hard. Build a life that supports peace, create a strong foundation. Dealing with anxiety isn't just about calming yourself in the moment. It's about building a life that doesn't feed your anxiety in the first place. Think of it like this. If your mind is a garden, then your habits, your environment, your relationships, they're the soil, the sun, and the water. And if you want peace to grow, you've got to nourish that garden intentionally. One of the most powerful long-term ways to manage anxiety is by building a foundation that supports your mental well-being, and it starts with your daily lifestyle choices. Ask yourself, what am I consuming every day? Not just food, but information, conversations, energy. If you're constantly watching chaotic news, scrolling social media full of negativity, or surrounding yourself with people who drain you, your mind absorbs all of it, and anxiety feeds off that noise. So protect your peace, curate your space, follow pages that uplift you, listen to voices that encourage growth, spend time with people who calm your spirit, not those who stir your fears. Now let's talk about sleep, because anxiety and rest are deeply connected. Poor sleep makes anxiety worse, and anxiety can keep you from sleeping. It's a vicious cycle. Start honoring your body's need to rest. Create a bedtime routine that helps your mind wind down. Dim the lights, put the phone away, and give yourself permission to rest. You are human. And then there's your nutrition. Believe it or not, what you eat affects your brain. Fuel your body with foods that give you steady energy. Stay hydrated. Cut back on caffeine if it triggers your anxiety. Nourishing your body is a form of self-respect, and it sends a message to your mind, I care for you. Now let's talk about something deeper. Boundaries. So many people live in a state of anxiety because they're constantly saying yes when they want to say no. They carry everyone else's problems. They try to be everything for everyone and end up losing themselves. But peace requires boundaries. It's okay to protect your time, your space, your energy. It's okay to say no. It's okay to walk away from relationships that harm your peace. Another powerful foundation? Gratitude. Anxiety focuses on everything that could go wrong. Gratitude reminds you of what's already right. Start a simple gratitude practice. Each day, write down 3 things you're thankful for. They don't have to be big. Even the smallest joys, like sunlight through your window or a smile from a stranger, can ground you. Lastly, don't be afraid to get professional support. Therapy is not weakness, it's wisdom. You don't have to fight anxiety alone. There are tools, resources, and people who are trained to walk this path with you. So remember this, peace isn't something you stumble into. It's something you build, brick by brick, habit by habit, day by day. And the life you build can become your safe place. A life that doesn't just manage anxiety, but quietly, powerfully rises above it. Ladies and gentlemen, we've walked through the storm together. We've acknowledged anxiety, not as a weakness, but as a human experience. We've learned to breathe through the chaos, not to escape it, but to reclaim our peace within it. And we've begun to challenge the lies that anxiety so often whispers, replacing them with true strength and clarity. But now let's talk about what comes next. Healing from anxiety isn't about reaching some magical day where you never feel it again. It's about building the resilience to face it differently, to not let it control you, to not let it silence you, to not let it define you. Because healing isn't linear. It's not a straight road. It's messy. Some days you'll feel like you've conquered it, and other days it might creep back in. And that's okay. What matters is that now you know what to do. You've learned that when anxiety comes, you don't have to panic, you don't have to run, you can sit with it, breathe through it, and challenge the fear. You've learned that your breath is your power, your awareness is your armor, and your truth is your weapon. You are not broken, you are becoming more aware, more grounded, more powerful. And for those moments when you feel overwhelmed again, because yes, they will come, remember this: you faced this before and you're still standing. Your record for getting through hard days is 100%. That's not a small thing. That's strength. That's resilience. So keep showing up, keep breathing, keep speaking truth to fear. Keep reminding yourself, I've got this, because you do. Let this message be more than just a temporary comfort. Let it be a turning point. A reminder that anxiety may knock on your door, but it doesn't get to live in your house. It doesn't get to control your life. You are in charge.